Yeah, as I predicted, I I couldn't stream Wednesday. Because it was I was in a Quiz Bowl thing, and the other ones were just like games. So once you played like, because there's like 8 teams for us, so you know, one day we'll have 3, one day we'll have 4. So once you play those games, you're basically done. But this one was like a tournament, so yeah, you just keep going until you win, and it's longer. So yeah, I didn't get home until like, I think actually almost 9. I did pretty well in it. It's just unfortunate that like the one mistake I made actually like kind of mattered. You know, that sucks, but like I feel like 2 of the 3 biggest mistakes we made in that tournament, like if we didn't honestly make like either one, like we actually might have won. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, it happens. It does hurt though, because like, yeah, it's my last year doing it, so I can't get redemption. That's just it. Like, I think that's what makes it hurt more. I think if I had like an extra year or something like that, like I could do it again next year, like then I'd be more alright with it. But yeah, no, that's my last one, so it does make it hurt a little bit. So yeah, we ended in 3rd. We lost our first round matchup. Because I feel like the thing with Quiz Bowl also is like, for the most part, it's just like luck. It's really just kind of luck on what questions you get. Especially since the last round is just like a lightning round and it's just whatever questions, right? Like I can even throw in like sports and stuff, like, so like it's a real grab bag, right? So like I do feel like it's kind of luck. And yeah, we didn't do well with that luck of the draw. It was unfortunate because I actually knew one of the questions, and if I was in there, then we might have actually won it, but won that game. But it's fine. Honestly, I think us losing that is what made us go on the run we did. Because again, like, all the different games have different questions, you know? I'm sure the questions aren't exactly the same. That'd be kind of weird. So honestly, it was probably a good thing we lost that. And then we kind of smoked the next person because we were the 3rd seed. We lost to the 6th seed. We technically got upset, but it also went to like double overtime. So yeah, there's also that. So like, then we got upset in the first round because we were the 3rd seed, lost to the 6th seed. And then we smoked the other person, like other team. So yeah, I think they were the 8th seed, so like they were the bottom team, so it makes sense. And then we had like a break where we get to like eat pizza. I'm not a huge fan of pizza. I think it's just so you know, I had like 2 slices. And I brought it up to my coach, who's the teacher, but I brought up to my coach, like, hey, in that lightning round section, because I was noticing like the history and like geography questions, I basically knew like all of them. So it's like, hey, if it's a history geography question, I would know it. Yeah. And so he's like, all right. I actually wasn't fully aware going into that 3rd game that I actually was in the lightning round until like they made the subs and said like, he said my name. I was like, oh shoot, I'm still in it. But yeah, so that 3rd game, I don't remember how it was exactly. I do remember seeing the scores. I'm not going to show them because it will dox me. But I don't remember the score going into it, is the thing. Because it just has the final score, what I'm going to look at here. So maybe I can like take a picture or something of the game throughout, but for now I'm just gonna see, because it was round 3. Yeah, we also smoked them. I think though, like, I just like went insane in the lightning round because I think it was like kind of close going in the lightning round, and then I got like 7 of them. Like 6 or 7. I just smoked them. Because yeah, boy, was it geography. It was also like math that I could do easily too. So there was a math question in there, and like a lot of them are like calculus and like algebra 2 and stuff, and I'm like, that's when my brain shuts off. I'm like, I'm good. But it was 20 divided by 1/2 plus 3, which is 43. Because 1/2, dividing 1/2 is just basically multiplying by 2. It's the same with anything the numerator is 1. You're just multiplying by that number then. So yeah, 20 times 2 is 40, plus 3, 43. I got that like instantly. It's like, I can do that math. I got it so fast, even like the person running it was like, are you in like an advanced math or something? I'm like, nope. It's just, that's the math I can do, yeah. So yeah, I got like 7 in that lightning round. So yeah. And then the next one, which was losers semis. I think we were down by 6 going into the lightning round. I think it was like 4-6. It was like a decent margin. And then yeah, we came back. I think I got like 5 of them. My teammates picked up a few big ones, right? Like there was one that someone on my team actually stole, which was blitz for football, pass rush. They stole that, and I was like, that was huge. You know, technically, like, we still would have won if they didn't get it, but like, I'm sure, like, that gives you the momentum, right? If you can get something like that, that's huge. So yeah, that was a big pickup. And then yeah, we made the comeback and we won by 6. I think we flipped it. And then yeah, losers finals was very unfortunate. Because yeah, I think we were down by 4 going into it. 4 or 6 again. I think it was a similar margin. And yeah, there was a question about, oh yeah, they talked about the Hydra atomic bomb in their last inauguration or address to the Union, and my dumb brain farted and said FDR, and it was Truman. And the thing that sucks is, yeah, they picked up, like the other team picked up on it and got it, which means if I had said Truman, we would have won, which hurts. There's another one too where there was like a quote and someone on my team said the character who said it, but they were looking for the author, and the other team picked up on that as well, and that was also 2 points. So like, those were the 2 mistakes I was talking about. Like, if we didn't make those, we very easily could have won. Because I honestly think if we went into overtime, like, I think there's a high likelihood we would have won, because they ultimately, I don't think we're getting many lightning round questions. So like, I think that was actually like really strong for us. But yeah, it's just, it was a really unfortunate set of events that happened at the end there. And again, like, that was like our biggest flubs. I'd say the other biggest one was someone like during a toss-up question, because how it works is that there's 2 team questions, right? So one team will get a question and the other team will like discuss with each other what it is, but the captain has to say it. And then there's a toss-up one, which is the same as lightning round basically, where you buzz in once you get the answer. And so one of them, like, I guess they forgot it was a lightning round question, they didn't buzz, said the answer, and then someone on the other team buzzed and said it, and then our coach was like, yeah, give it to him. But yeah, that was the team we smoked in round 2, so yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it does suck like how that went, because like, I feel like if it was just like, oh yeah, we got like smoked, or like, you know, if those mistakes didn't add up to us like winning, I think it wouldn't hurt as bad. It's the fact that like, it was very winnable even with that set of questions, and it was just unfortunate. It was really what it was. Because the thing is, like, we were prepared for like the like top team, because they're really good. But yeah, we just couldn't get to them because our first round, like, we would have faced that team if we won our first round matchup, which we didn't. And then yeah, they were in the winners finals, so we didn't get there. They won the winner's side, so yeah, and then they won the whole thing. Which, yeah, apparently that was a poor performance from them because they got 9 points, the team we lost to. They did really poorly in that last round. It's just like, man, why can't we have had that? Because I'm sure there was a lot of like geography questions in there I could have snatched up. That's something I noticed too. Like when it comes to history and geography, there was like nobody else there that really like got as many as I did. Like who really knew as much. I feel like I was like the only person who knew those, which is like huge. And like obviously you're gonna smoke them if they pop up then. Because like 2 points per question is a lot. Because like, yeah, you're honestly not gonna score that much in like the first part of the game. It's really, it comes down to the last bit. It's basically just giving you like an advantage or not for that last bit, I feel like. But yeah. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. Like, it just hurts because, like, yeah, we so easily could have won that. My brain was so strained, though. Like, I literally had to take a day off from school the next day because my brain was still hurting. Because, I mean, obviously at first, I was in only, like, the second half, which was... It was a science one, and then it was a literature one. Then it was U.S. government, history, geography. I will say with the freaking government one, so many of those were just like, oh, this part of the government does this. And I'll be honest, it was like a very like small part of the like government, like the executive branch. And I'm just like, dude, like my brain shut off at those. Yeah. And then later, after the second game, so like round 3 onward, I was in the lightning round as well, so my brain was fried by the end of it. It was so fried and my brain used up so much energy that I was basically able to eat a full meal of McDonald's after it. So yeah, it was a little fried. I don't think though, honestly, like it's not even like, oh, if I had more pizza or something I would have gotten that question. I don't think so. Because I was very confident at FDR that I don't think it would have changed, honestly. Like, I don't even know if it's like oh, if I like did this then, like, because I was so confident in it that it's just like, yeah, I don't think there would have been any other circumstance where I actually said Truman. You know, I did win a lot of my team's respect though. That game, like on that day. Shame that's like the last day, but yeah, that is something I noticed though. Like if they can just focus on like geography, and because I think it's also in geography, it's like I'm not even like I don't even like look at this stuff, and because one of them was just like, this is the only South American country that bordered the Caribbean and the Pacific, right? Like I didn't read that anywhere. I just know in my mind where Colombia is, right? Like I know South America and basically where all the countries are, right? So if it's like oh, they bordered this or something like that, or it's in this area, right? Like I can get that pretty easily. Like I do have to think through it a little bit because obviously, like I'm sure if you read it, then like yeah, obviously it's gonna be a no-brainer, but you gotta think about it a little bit. Yeah, I think like if they just like know where all the countries just are in general, that would help them out a lot. Yeah, I will say the one in that first round that I knew though was like, it said like 1830 or 1840 something. This country lost half of their land to the United States, and it was Mexico. And yeah, that was the one I knew, and if they did get it, then yeah, we would have won that round. But again, I think honestly our run was as good as it was because of that. I mean, I don't know actually, because we would have. I guess we would have faced the team we fought in loser semis like one round sooner. And then, yeah. It's just a shame, dude. I did hear from the coach though, that said like that was the best performance they've ever done in high school, and like I don't mean to sound so full of myself, but just like with how much I got, like I think it truly was like that was a now or never run. And I will say like my teammates did pick up a few of them, like they were big. Like every little bit mattered, but I think just with what the role I was on, dude, like it was a once in like a lifetime type thing, or at least a once in a while type thing that I don't think they're gonna get back there. I mean, I hope they do. Apparently, the middle school team won last year, so maybe they can find the magic again in high school, but we'll just have to see. I really wanted to face a freaking like top team though, and we just unfortunately didn't get to them.
All season long, live on a variety of
Like I really wanted to test freaking, because again I was on a roll, dude. Like I would really like to test it out again, but we fumbled right at the end, dude. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to talk about that, and also why I didn't stream Wednesday, and kind of just wanted to tell you what happened. So yeah. So I've if you remember the start of the stream, like last time I streamed, I said like someone was tweeting about like we really need to like gatekeep lolly stuff more. And I said like how that might not be a good idea, because if you look at other stuff being like banned, like I feel like what gatekeeping kind of is, it shows like it doesn't really help at all. But the more I've looked into it, it seems like I am right that like pedophilia is biological. Right, like your sexuality is, you know, you're born that way. It's not like genetic, it's what happens in the womb. But it is biological. But it's also true that more than half of offenders, like a decent chunk, do see this stuff. So it does make me think like both can be right of it's biological, right? And also this might be the one thing that actually would work if you ban it, or like actually keep it under control. So yeah, that I think that's kind of where I've gotten. I'd still am curious though, like if you set up an environment to like actually help them, right? If we had an environment where they could get the help super easily, if it would matter as much then. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's kind of where I am on that. Just looking through for a little bit. Because yeah, there's like this New York Times article, but like other than that, I haven't seen any studies that like these people do it before they like look at this stuff. If they look at like CSAM, is that what it is? Like look at that kind of stuff. Even like lolly stuff, I don't think like there's been studies on it. I assume it's like similar, but yeah, I haven't really seen like, other than like New York Times article that like just throws it out there without like any source. Like I don't see, I don't think I saw any other study that just like said that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I also did say this is in 2019. This article, so it says psychological and environmental factors may also contribute, though it's not yet clear what those are or how they interact with developmental conditions. I think it's like your typical like depression, anxiety, like you're just having a lower mental health state. And then I assume environmental would be, oh yeah, I think they also said substance abuse seems to also be kind of a big part of this as well. A lot of them like abuse like a substance of some kind. But yeah. Yeah, chaotic childhood increased the likelihood of a chaotic adulthood. Like, I think it's like if you're talking about psychological and environmental factors, I think it's the same as any other like crime. Right. It definitely makes it easier and you're mental more vulnerable. Makes you want to do that stuff more. I think it's a good idea, like shut your filters off. Yeah, this isn't this, but like I'm pretty sure there was one that said like there was a line in this that said yeah, the desires are very much acted on. In many cases have already been acted on, but they don't give you a source for it, right? Like, I'll just throw it over. They don't give a source for this. Like, they show this. High rate of previous hands-on offending undermines another common assumption. We shouldn't assume that viewing online images leads to abuse of a child victim in person. My experience is the other way around. Most of these men have already committed hands-on offenses. Okay, so it's like a first person, like it's anecdotal. Like I'd want to see that expanded on, because as far as I've seen, like they still are affected, right, from like looking at the stuff. Most of them did, which I guess isn't necessarily like, because they could have seen after they did it, right? Like they should have probably like specified when they looked at it. I think they looked at recently arrested people though, when they asked that. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was actually recently arrested. Yeah, shortly after their arrest. And I think that's when, yeah, it's the 60% number came up. But yeah, I'm gonna look more into this. Like, because I think I looked it up as well, but it's just like I'm very confused. I'm not gonna say CSAM, I'm gonna say like I guess it is like child pornography would be the best way to do this. I should have probably just said correlation between child pornography and pedophilia, but well, I guess it may make you more often to be a. Not all child pornography offenders are pedophiles, and not all child pornography offenders engage other sex offending. This is in 2015. Like, I feel like I should have a more recent one. There's just like conclusion on this. No, there isn't. Oh, conclusion. Might as well just show it. guess I'm just going through this. Small hereditary component. No, this actually says it's a little bit. It depends a little bit on family. Increased rates of left-handedness, short stature. Experience twice as many head injuries before 13. You have lower intelligence. Is this just IQ? Is it? Oh, there's a bunch of different theories. I think it's like, it's so hard to find this stuff, right? And like, be like, what works, what doesn't, because this stuff doesn't get reported sometimes, right? Like, some people don't report when they've been sexually assaulted. I'm sure, like, especially if you're a child, it's going to be even lower of a chance that you will go out and say that that happened to you. Behavioral analysis. That's OCD. Oh, how long is this? Oh, 70 pages. Oh, Jesus. Does it have a table of contents at least? Okay, it does. No, it doesn't seem like this talks about the psychology of them, though. This is just like arresting them. Like, I don't think this is... Yeah, this doesn't seem to have the psychology of it. Well, it's long-term psychotherapy and medications alter sex drive. Yeah, and again, I saw that substance abuse one too. I think it's only if they have a substance abuse problem, though. I think it's probably not necessarily the people who don't. Yeah, you should probably throw that in there too, if they do have it. If pedophiles have or develop a substance use disorder, dependence, and depression. Often come from dysfunctional families. Marital conflict is common. It says may or sexually abuse of children, but I think they went back and said that this is false. Like when they actually asked them. I think this is a little older. I'm looking at. Oh man, I don't know. It doesn't have a date actually. Goody. It says copyright 2025, but that's the website, so. Oh wait, no, it says 2023. Dang, really? Like not that long ago. I'm pretty sure I saw a study that said like that's not necessarily true. That they were abused as children. It's 2018. Oh, it's like the same website. This is just saying the words. There's like no good studies. Well, also I think Google's not helping. I feel like no, all the like ones are like actually like good though, or like a little old. Look at common characteristics maybe. I think this line is also wrong because they said like they won't stop their own. They won't turn off or turn themselves in, and they won't take responsibility. Well, I'm sure it's true for a lot of them. I'm not saying like, oh, it's completely false. But I think there was a study though. It seemed like it was done like very recently because they were quoting like freaking reports from 2024. So it seemed like super recently. That a lot of them are actually open to change and like change for the better. And also like that study was like, hey, we should probably put on a spectrum, right? Like there should be like just offenders and non-offenders. Probably be on a spectrum. But yeah. Like I just want to see connection. This is from 2018. Yeah, they did lower IQ. Sick. The younger the victim, the lower the IQ of the sex. What? Why are we looking at IQ for the? That should not be a like a thing we're using for this, dude. It comes from head injuries. Again with the freaking victims as children, because I think more modern ones have come out and said like it's not necessarily true. I mean, yeah, it does say the majority of them though. There are differences in brain structure and amount of white matter. You know. Yeah, pedophiles can be anybody. Well, I think it's also because it's the same thing with Brave. Like, I'm getting kind of conflicting stuff, but if it's true that it's like not like hereditary, it just happens in the womb, right? That would make sense.
Find your favorite movies on YouTube. Get AMC Plus, Paramount Plus, Max, and more on YouTube.
Screenshot pornography can be an indicator that they are a pedophile. It's not precondition. The civil consumer of child pornography is a white male with no prior convictions. The prevalence of child pornography logically does not make sense that only 5% of the male population consumes all the child pornography. Research supports this logic. Information for those who view child pornography. Right over. It's actually getting kind of interesting now. It might be kind of oh, I think this is just like more time about child pornography in general. So like I skipped down to the last bit. Motivation for those who view child pornography vary. It's worth knowing that there are many reasons individuals engage. They cannot all be classified the same way. Plus, it's essential to understand that pornography itself can lead to individuals who are in child pornography. I think it's still fine though, looking at like, because obviously this started from my interest in like people wanting to take down lolly stuff, right? Like lolicon specifically. So that's why, like, you know, I'm looking at it through this way, right? Because I assume it's classified under the same stuff, or if it isn't, it probably will, or people probably would throw it in there anyway. So I think it is still fair to look at it through this lens and look at child pornography specifically. Individuals begin to view pornography continuously, amused to what they watch. They get drawn to a circle where they need more and riskier pornography to maintain the high you get from watching it. Escalate to orgies, BSM, BCLE, and child pornography. Or that they do not like or enjoy the more severe types of pornography, but they feel need to view it anyway. It's like a drug addiction. Yeah, this seems more like anti-child pornography than it is pedophilia. Because they talked about it, right? And then it was just like, oh yeah, no, anyway, we'll just talk about child pornography. Yeah, I guess that's probably what I should look at more. Just in general, is child pornography. Because that would probably give me more than just looking up, like trying to compare them, looking it up. Seems like they just freaking mention them. I wish they showed the research on this though, because I am very curious about it, but they just say, and there's research to support this. Unless this is it. This is why predators watch it, but yeah, sexual gratification, emotional escape or distraction. Oh, because I watch it so much. Yeah. Because my friend also was like, I don't think it is biological. I think it's people just watch it so much they get used to it. Yeah, it does seem like with some people it's like that, but just from that bullet point. I still don't think that's the full story of it though. Use it as emotional escape.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner.
I was gonna be like, oh, maybe I should ask like Reddit why they like watch Lolly. You know, just in like a subreddit or something like that. And like, I don't know if Reddit's the best source, I'm gonna be honest. To like get something like this. I don't even know how you do that, right? I guess maybe if I lived in Japan I could do it. but I can't really do that because I don't live in Japan. Interesting to watch child pornography was a distraction from real life. Some individuals found that was so shocking that helped them get out of their own heads. That's crazy, honestly. Like I wouldn't, you know, I feel like there's better ways of doing it, but sure. Intense reason to use it. That's how they deal with their own sexual abuse. You control over that part. Or as a result, sexualization early in life, they understand sexuality and childhood to be related. I guess this is different because yeah, it's talking about like actual people, which technically with Lolicon it's fictional. I'm sure like yeah, still it's not great, but yeah, this is like actual children being affected, which like yeah, this is bad. We should stop this. I do agree with that. This should stop. Because yeah, I guess Lolly's at least a little more of a gray area because it's fiction, right? I guess for me, it's just because like NTR itself is like it's a fictional thing, but like I feel like people don't get all up in arms about it. And like I just am curious, you know? Like I feel like just me looking at it, it really makes me look like I'm like trying to defend it. But I think it's just like I saw the correlation of how people can be like, oh, I like NTR, but not in real life. Like I think Marine was like that, didn't she? Didn't you? I think she said like a kink of hers is NTR, but not in real life. It was like one of the Holiday members or something like that. I think one of them were like that, right? That was one of their kinks. Or what is it? I can't remember now. I can't remember. Fetish, that's what it is. I think they say fetish. Is that it's like I just am like I guess I want to see if there's a way. Well, I think also I see like the more light bits of Lolly. I don't see the really dark nasty stuff because I'm sure there's a lot of it. And yeah, I do think that stuff is not cool, but because I guess I'm looking at the stuff like people are already like, yeah, no, that's not really Lolly. You know, if you look at like Galgura or something like that, it's like, yeah, no, like, I mean, nobody's getting like anything sexual from this, you know? Like, if you're the one suggesting that, it probably says more about you than it does about everybody else. It's like, yeah, maybe I would see more Lolly, and then maybe that's what I need to do. I do think this is still nice, like it's helpful though, because it gives me more of a expertise on this topic. But it does seem like this would be like the one thing where like, yeah, actually blocking like child porn, which I feel like shouldn't be a thing anyway, but getting rid of it would actually make pedophilia go down. I don't think that would be the main like savior of it, because again, it still seems like it's biological. And I think also on this New York Times that like article they even said like controlling a sexual desire is very hard. Yeah, this is the virtuous pedophiles. There was also this too that I've seen a lot, and from that also study I saw recently, it actually seems like a lot of them don't do that. Like, it's just out there on their computer. They actually, like, very few of them actually did. Again, it could just be the sample size, but That's what they came to the conclusion in their study. Yeah, I do think, because like it doesn't make sense to me if like you're straight or like gay, lesbian, like all that is like biological, but like you only like it's only a pornography problem, you know? Like that seems weird to me. Like yeah, I do think it does make it worse just looking at numbers. I think this is the one thing that actually like banning it or controlling it would make the like it would help the issue a little bit. But I still don't think that's probably like the big time solution. I think the big time solution is getting them in an environment where they can recognize this, right? And then get help, right? Get the treatment they need. And apparently also with this too, apparently it's really hard for them to find like virtuous pedophiles too. Yeah. Yeah, this is the group we need to learn about. That's the kind of person we'd like our clients to become. A person who's aware of the urges and lives to effectively manage them. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh, actually, it doesn't say like that. It's really hard, but it's a hard thing to do. But I think, yeah, it's possible, but it can't be shut off or replaced. And treatment required drugs to reduce circulating testosterone and software that limits online browsing habits. Which, yeah, I do think it's a little bit of this. I do think a little bit of therapy could help too, because I'm sure there's some mental health issues to go into it, because they also said like depression is very prevalent in these people too. So maybe like a few of them, you know, when like therapy. It's just probably with pedophiles, there's probably a lot of steps to getting them like preventing them from doing this, right? Probably like more steps than normal. So yeah, I think that's pretty much where I'm at with this conclusion. Because yeah, I really wish we were in that environment so like I could just see how it works, you know, but yeah, we're absolutely not there. Well, yeah, I guess there is this though, because yeah, people don't choose what rouses them, they discover it. So like it is biological, but they don't know it. Like until obviously it happens. So like yeah, I do think it would help prevent it a little bit from that. It's like, yeah, I'm sure like it's been around forever, you know? Like since like the beginning of human history. Or like pretty close to it. Like it's definitely not like at just like past few years. Like maybe like how big like the scale of the issue maybe, but I think in general probably not. Yeah, no one grows up wanting to be a pedophile. Yeah. Thing is though, is like the internet's so like massive, right? Like so vast. I don't know how you could control it. Like you can make a law for it, right? But like I think that's only gonna get so far.
your favorite TV shows on YouTube. Get Max,
I mean, unless there's like a whole other like
Stars, MGM+,
department
and more
and stuff,
on
right?
YouTube.
Like, yeah, I don't know what you do. I mean, yeah, you probably still try though. Right? Yeah, very cool. Scan my finger. It's not doing well. I hate it. Alright. Yep, now my finger's bleeding. God dang it. That's annoying. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another thing too. Was it yesterday? They had like the freaking like, oh, Gartic Phone, a huge announcement, and I didn't say anything, but I was like, it's probably an outfit reveal, right? Like, I'm guessing it's an outfit reveal, and I was freaking right. I mean, to be fair though, what else was it gonna be? You know, like it just made sense. It was a very easy prediction to make, you know. Ooh, that's really bleeding. Ooh. Yeah, it's on the 13th. And it's really bleeding. I think this is actually 2 streams in a row, actually. Someone's been bleeding. Oh no, that was... No, not quite, because that was Fauna's stream. Like, Fauna's graduation. That day. That's when it was. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, your outfit's gonna be in like 3 or 4 days. It's like it's gonna be short-haired Bibu too. And Narissa, I think too. I think both of them are short-haired. And then Fuala, I think, is curly hair, looks like. It was funny though too, because I saw like the New Year's one, and people were like, "Where's the freaking new Advent outfits?" And it's like, oh yeah, they kind of haven't had it now for recently, haven't they? I've been over a year, and oh hey, look at that! There's an outfit. Yeah. Yeah. God, these next 4 years are freaking. I'm gonna hate them. He's freaking miserable. At least these next two for sure. Because I think Democrats are gonna win the House. Like even if like they do like probably like worse than what people are thinking, I think it's still gonna be enough, right? It's a very small majority that Republicans have. So. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to start anything because I'm basically have like half an hour left. Which I kind of hate them going back into like just doing talking streams, but I think at least this one was a little more productive than usual. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Doing stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I also like how the one time I didn't like look at the like wrestling stuff, by the way. Like, because every time like it would show like SmackDown and Raw like trending, I would just like scroll through it. The one time I didn't, because yeah, it was freaking Fawn's graduation, so I was obviously occupied with that. Freaking Tiffany Stratton was cashed in. It was like, oh, cool. So I don't even know what the moment was looked like. I just don't have it. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, apparently that happened. I think I did say it though, but yeah, it took him like 3 days to change Fauna to like alumni. That kind of crazy to me, but I don't think she's been active anywhere else. Doesn't look like it. I take it they do have to do the whole like probably like a little bit. Oh, this is just a black profile picture now. That's interesting. But yeah, maybe they do have like a 2 week, like they have to like kind of go dark for like 2 weeks. Maybe it is kind of the same as like WWE. Yeah. There's still a lot of them, you know. Just being a big company, you know. It's great that I became a fan in 2024. Like I missed the whole China debacle, but you know, I think it would have been better if it was like 2022 I came in, you know. That would have been a more stable time. I think like only Rushia was gone, right? I think Rushia was the only one that like terminated. And then ID also Gen 3. ID Gen 3 debuted. And there was like no other debuts either. Like 2022 was kind of a quiet year, I think, for cover. Or Hololive. It's pretty quiet. Isn't just so like affiliate, like they still stay in their spot, but alumni they're just chucked to the bottom like graduates. They're just chucked to the bottom. Yeah. But that was so funny. I saw a clip of why Subaru got like hired because she showed that, and it was really funny because yeah, one of the points just she's a little confused but got the spirit. Like just straight up. Which is hilarious to me. Because yeah, I think if people were to describe Subaru in like one phrase, that would be one of them. She's a little confused, but she got the spirit. The fact that like that was like one of the points as to why she was hired basically is hilarious. Thank you, phone. No, it wasn't an email. Guy was on that. Wow. Neat. Guys, I still haven't listened to Ina's new song. It's been out for like 2 weeks, I think, too. I haven't listened to it. I forgot. There's that one point I was like, I'll get around to it, and I keep forgetting now at this point. Well, because also, again, my dumb brain, like, freaking... If it gets recommended to me, then I'll freaking listen to it. Freaking idiot. God. It's just the worst, you know? Just a freaking dummy. Big old dum-dum. No, I say I probably could end it like an hour in, because it seems like I've basically run out of stuff to talk about. Actually, didn't Subaru like usually stream for like an hour or two, right? Because I think she also, again, like really had like no experience, so she would just go for like an hour or two and then just end it. Now for me, it's more like time reasons, like time constraints. I'm sure once I can do is like full time, then like, oh yeah, no, these streams are gonna be a lot longer, and like that like hour of me talking, like, you know, they'll just be the beginning of the stream, right? And then in the meat and potatoes of it, but it's like, well, when I go for like an hour and a half, you know, it's kind of hard to really be like, all right, I'm gonna start something then, you know. It's really hard to do that. Hand's still bleeding. Looks like it's still bleeding like a little bit. God dang it, dude. This sucks. Hey it. Yeah, we my lip. Be nice if I can make music, but I don't have the money for it. We're finally at an in-app audio file player. Neat. I assume it was a very annoying thing before that.
Watch college football all season long.
It is funny though, because if you get on Blue Sky, my Discover tab, like, it's still mostly people I follow that shows up.
On YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Yeah. I do think a little bit like the internet's kind of screwed us, but I think it's just like the environment of it. I think it's the people who like have the most influence. The fact that like they're very immature. Ugh. Even like some of the discovered stuff from like a day ago. Ugh. Yeah, I did think about how, and I think I talked about it a little bit, but it is really true that with each new gen, like they're just getting less subs. I mean, like, yeah, obviously it's like not a knock on them. It's just like there's more people, so you're just, and also in general, and don't point out with Myth, and I thought it was like a decent point. I was around back then, but I mean, it makes sense to me on why they like blew up in sub count. Is like they were the only EN VTubers really. I mean, maybe there was Niji, but yeah, like it was really only them, and then Niji, and then indies started to become popular. So obviously people dispersed to them. And V Shoujo, they dispersed to them. And yeah, so like actually a lot of them are probably like general VTuber fans, right? But since they were like the only EN ones, right, they freaking blew up. They did insane. So yeah. Oh, I went down 10k. That sucks. I really don't understand why people like, if a thing is no longer active, they just don't sub. I guess they just like scroll through it, but even then it's like one thing, you know? I guess for me it doesn't really matter. I feel like you might as well just show your support like the entire time, you know? And I feel like it doesn't really matter much, you know? At least in my mind. Like, for me to like unsub from something, to really gotta mean something, you know? Yeah, like if you just look at like Myth and like compare the rest of EN, like it's not even close. Full Mocha is like the only one in like recent EN that is like really done relatively well. Which I mean, yeah, Mume and Iris. Well, Iris has the same amount. Mume does have more, but obviously Mume has like a year and a half on Advent, so I'm not necessarily counting them for this. Iris, I think, actually has 2 years on it, on Advent, pretty much. So yeah, which yeah, I guess Project Hope was gonna be its own thing, but it just kind of failed, and Iris was the only one from it. Because I think they wanted to do like a singing branch, but for EN as well. Which actually, if that's what they want to do, it makes a lot more sense that like they choose Fauna then too. Because yeah, she was just a natural streamer. But yeah, since they kind of abandoned that, it's kind of like, well, you know. Because I honestly thought Project Hope was only Iris, but apparently it seemed like Project Hope was going to be more than what it actually was. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's also just gonna be incredibly hard for any new members really to crack 1,000,000. Like Full Mocha was like very different from everybody else, right? And I feel like that that was just it, you know, like, well, I feel like that makes you feel like I'm underselling them. I'm not trying to. Like they won VTuber of the Year, like kind of popular, but yeah, it's just you really got to stand out in some way, you know, to do well. Or I think of like what Narissa's doing, because Narissa's past 800k, be really good with music, which I think Liz is gonna also break through that. Yeah, I think Evan also had a strong showing. They had 400k, I believe. All of them in their first like week, which is still like a pretty strong showing to have immediately. And I think Justice only had like half of that when they started, so it's kind of hard. It's just, yeah, there's so many people now, you know, like obviously it's gonna get split up somehow. Like, yeah, the people at the top are still like pretty consistently gaining new, well, I should say the very top, like they're still pretty consistently gaining like 10Ks, but yeah, the people on the lower end, not really as much. I really thought though of like Kanade, like she would have gotten so much more from like, because she was like a standout of like Call of GTA, and I just feel like she stands out a lot. So I'm kind of surprised that she is as low as she is. Yeah. I mean, again, sub counts don't ultimately mean that much. It's just like you should probably honestly look at their views. That's probably a better way to look at it, but yeah. Like, I'm sure Shiori actually probably doesn't do that bad, even though she's like one of the lowest, least sub 2. I'm sure she actually doesn't do that bad in views. I feel like Shiori's probably one who has a pretty cult following. I just wish I could get a lot more games, so I could just be like, alright, let's mix it up a bit here, you know, but... Well, and also I'm addicted to Paradox games, which doesn't help. That really doesn't help. Yeah. I need to get out of this purgatory. That's for sure. Ugh. Yeah, maybe if I had other games though, like I wouldn't be addicted to them. Dude, Paradox games. It's a shame, really. Yeah, I might end this right now because I really don't have anything else. It really slowed down these last like 18 minutes. Like, yeah. I'll just end it. I'll just do the normal stuff. That is not how you spell that. Bam. Bam. You know, that stuff that doesn't really matter. But I throw it up on the end card anyway. Yeah, I think I'll see you Sunday for something. I keep hinting at like Duolingo and then I just never do it. Like that is something like if I don't want to do a game, like I can just do that. I feel like that's better though, honestly, as like a as like a hour and a half stream. I'm not sure how it would work as a 3-hour. I don't think that would be sufficient enough, but I think as an hour and a half stream, it could probably work. Yeah, I have no idea what I want to do Sunday, so I guess I'll see you then for whatever that'll be. See you then. Goodbye.